We have to seek to be whole within before we try to chase things that are outside of us. Like the world has this backwards, and that's because the world doesn't understand how energy works and what our body actually is and the electromagnetic field that is going around our body and the sort of mirror reflection mechanism that actually plays out within that field that causes us to experience certain things, such as longing, such as deep, painful desire, such as regret. All these things are a reflection of things that you perceive outwardly that you feel you don't have within. When you feel you don't have those things within, you feel unwhole. You feel like there's something that you need to fulfill that space within yourself, and this causes suffering. We have to understand how this field works, right? So this field going through us is electromagnetic in nature, meaning that there is both electricity and there is both magnetism, the masculine and the feminine, okay? This can also be looked at as thoughts and emotions. The thoughts are an electrical charge, a specific electrical charge. The emotions are a magnetic charge, a specific magnetic charge. When you put electricity and magnetism together, you get an electromagnetic field that is attracting back to you things that are like it, things that match the quality of it. So when you think a certain thing and feel a certain way about it, you're going to get more things around you. You're going to get more things that are attracting to you or repelling from you that either match that frequency or are opposite to it. So in other words, if we are longing for something, trying to fulfill our inward space by looking outward and going outward and trying to get something outside of us to actually make us feel whole, we are reversing the polarity of that field, causing both suffering and repelling the thing that we want, right? That's the thing people don't realize. Like, we make our lives way harder than it needs to be, and it's because we don't actually recognize like what's going on underneath the surface, like the deeper picture that's here, okay? We have to get the polarities right within this field in order to attract what it is that we want to attract. And part of doing that is by not needing anything outside of yourself. Okay, this is not to say you can't have your desires. This is to say that in order to get your desires, you need to feel already whole within yourself, because otherwise you're going to keep attracting things to try to fill that void. And this universe works like a mirror mechanism, because this is just a lesson. This is the way the universe teaches you to be whole, to claim your wholeness, to be whole within yourself, by showing you these aspects of your own suffering and your own lack. When it shows you these feelings of lack and these feelings of scarcity and like, oh, I need that, I have to chase it, what that's doing is it's showing you some aspect of yourself that you have not fulfilled. And going outside of yourself to get it is not going to fulfill that. You have to go deeper. You have to go deeper within yourself to fulfill that. And then by going deeper and fulfilling that, you don't need it anymore because you already have it, right? This is how you actually get it too. So to put yourself into a state of already having, you need to observe your emotions and thoughts. You need to really go deep and wonder, like if you're craving a person or something and you're like, oh, I can't live without that, what do I do about this? You need to query those ideas and be like, okay, what is it that I need from this? What is it that is making me feel like I have this intense longing and I'm suffering because I don't have it? It usually stems from fear of your own needs going unmet. You have some sort of fear of, if I can't have this outward thing, my needs will be unmet. And what you have to realize is that you can meet your own needs here by simply tuning into the deeper self that is already yourself. Now, this gets us into a much deeper concept, which is the immortal self, right? All these human experiences that we have, these desires, these wants, these are all surface level things. Not to say they're not valid. You know, we're here to have the experience, like go get what you want, but you have to recognize your true self underneath this whole moving picture that we're experiencing. Because your true self is already fulfilled. The immortal self, the soul that is in your body right now, that is having the experience of being you, that was existing before this life and will exist after this life, you already have everything. That soul is already whole. And actually, when you can cultivate wholeness within this life, when you actually move on from this life, you're going to be in a much better position because you don't need anything outside of yourself to have your energy right. Because you already have your energy right. You know you have turned the mirror back on itself, and you now are seeing, you're tapped into the true essence of yourself, which is wholeness. It is not lack. So this idea goes so far beyond manifestation and like getting what you want in this life. This is about actually tapping into your true essence. And by tapping into your true essence, you become powerful because you no longer feel the allure of the outside world trying to pull you in directions, and you feeling like you need that in order to fulfill some unmet need, which is really just a part of you that is wounded and wants your conscious awareness. That conscious awareness is the light that can alchemize and transmute the shadows, the stagnant energy within our field. And when we bring conscious awareness to those desires that are making us suffer, we can get to the point where we can say, if I don't get it, that's fine. If I do get it, that's fine. I don't need anything because I am already whole. I already have everything. You have always already had everything, my friends. That is the truth that goes beneath your desires, the truth that is greater than your greatest desire, the truth that is beyond your desires. It is that you are already whole. You are already fulfilled. And when you can tap into that space, your electromagnetic field begins to attract, it begins to get bigger, first off. You have a more powerful charge because you're tapped into what's actually real. It begins to become more powerful, and you begin to attract such a better life for yourself, right? The treasure is not outside of you. The treasure is within. The treasure is when we go deep within ourselves and we tap into that true self. We turn the mirror back on itself instead of looking outward for the reflection. When we see the reflection outside and it causes us pain and it causes us suffering, we need to look at that reflection and say, okay, what is coming from within me that's causing me to see that thing in a way that I feel lack or scarcity or fear or anything of that nature that makes us feel uncomfortable, uneasy, like if we don't get that thing, oh no, like nothing's going to be right anymore if I can't get that thing outside of myself. No, my friends, that is a fragmented perspective. This comes from the limited self. Limited self is not bad either, you know. To be here and to get to have this limited specific human experience, that's awesome. But we can tune and train that limited self to be aware of and to tap into the true self, which goes beyond your desires. The truth that goes beyond your desires, which is you. You don't need to find this. It's already with you. It's already been with you. And like I said, these reflections are just an effort of that true self to try to get you to look back at your true self. Okay, so when you see that, you can dive deeper. And in that deeper awareness of your own consciousness, that light, that awareness that you then cultivate is going to permeate all of the aspects of fear and lack and suffering in your life. And you're not going to feel like you need anything anymore because you know on a deep level that you already have it. You already are whole. All right? Be whole, be well, and take care.